Alright, thanks for stopping by and checking out my first ever video. Hopefully you enjoy being the old boy making a Raintree cookie coffee table. Let's go. Okay, so the first step in this process is we need to flatten our Raintree cookie. To do this, we're simply going to use shims and hot glue to secure the cookie to the tabletop. The shims will make sure that the cookie doesn't rock, and obviously the hot glue will hold everything in place. It's very important that your cookie doesn't move when you're about to kick the router in the guts. Okay, we've secured our cookie to the table. Now it's time to kick that router in the guts. Here we go, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, back and forward. Sometimes some up and downs, but eventually we will get this cookie flat as a tack. Yep, still flattening. Right, almost to the end, you see the beautiful timber underneath. You're starting to feel pretty chuffed with yourself. Yeah, I'm almost there, I'm nearly finished. And it's looking beautiful. We throw some sawdust over the top so you can blow off for some visual effect. And then you remember, I've got to flip it over, glue it down, and do it all again. Dickhead. Time to flatten the other side. We only need to use hot glue to hold it in place this time because it's already flat as a tack, so no shims required. Alright, I thought I'd save you the hassle of watching me flatten the other side. We just went straight to the blow off. Who doesn't love a good blow off? Look at that slab. Starting to look pretty, but we're not done yet. Let's keep going. Here I am hooking in with the dentist tool. I find these great for removing all the debris out of all the cracks and crevices, getting them nice and clean. The old boy over there with the belt sander hooking in, getting rid of those router lines from the table. We'll do this on both sides. Alright, we're getting close now. Almost time to down the dentist tool. All my cracks and crevices are good to go. They are all clean. Next step in the process is taping the universe. So here we're going to use PVC tape and tape the entire underside and all the way around the edges of the Raintree cookie. This is a very important part of the process, so make sure you've taped down everywhere GUD good. You don't want to have any resin leaking mid-pour. Now that the underneath and sides are prepped, it's time to prep the top. Doing this with silicone around all the cracks and crevices just to stop the spread of our resin where we don't want it to go. Time to get mixy. Here I am hooking into some deep cast resin from Health of Mind Art and the colour of choice, iridescent blue. Who would have thunk it? Sit back and enjoy. Alright, let's fast forward this a little bit. There we go. Alright, here's the old boy, like a steady hand surgeon, pouring in that resin. Don't worry about that little bit on top. She's okay. Alright, so that's the main pour done and dusted. Wasn't without a minor hiccup, did spring a little leak, so I had to haul ass down to the big green shed, grab some extra tubes of silicone, but we got that patched up pretty quickly. Now it's time to let it sit for 3 days and cure. Once the resin had cured, we ripped off all the tape, jazzed up our router sled again, and started to remove all the excess resin. Now we are starting to get the Raintree cookie looking Mickey Mouse, but we've noticed a few hairline cracks and pinholes that still need filling, so we mix up some quickset resin and utilising a syringe, we just go around the table and patch fill everything that we can see. Once the quickset resin cured, it was time to start sanding the universe. So moving our way through the grits, that's what we did. Sanded the universe. Here I am using a mighty fine file, getting the shape that we're after, as the flapper and AWP sander couldn't get into every nook and cranny. This is one of the final sandings before we move on to the finishing process. Here we're sanding it down to 600 grit. This is the underside of the table. We've cut 3 grooves to fit some C-channel. This will ensure that the table does not cup or bow over time. Okay, now it's time to apply the Osmo. We're going to seal the bottom first, then attach the C-channels, and then flip it over and seal the top. The reason we do this is we're going to ensure we can minimise any movement in that timber during the finishing process. So we want to seal the entire cookie at once. C-channels are now secure and any excess Osmo is now rubbed off the underside, and you can see it's starting to really come to life. Once we've rubbed off any excess Osmo, we're going to flip it over. We're going to start the same process on the top and sides. The underside done, it's time to start the top. Sit back and enjoy this Raintree cookie come to life. So we'll go through this process a couple of times, getting the Osmo on, light sand off, Osmo on, light sand off, rinse and repeat until we reach our desired finish. Once we've reached our desired look, the last thing to do is simply buff it up to a nice sheen. Have a look at that Raintree cookie, it's really come to life now. Final thing to do is jazz up the legs. Drill some holes, throw in some threaded inserts, attach the legs. Okay, legs are on. Give it a little stability check. No rock, you beauty. Done and dusted, how easy was that? Really happy with how it's all come together. It looks fantastic. Alright, well that's it. One Raintree cookie coffee table done and dusted. How easy was that? If you've hung around this long, thank you very much. Hopefully you enjoyed my first video, and fingers crossed, maybe there'll be more to come in the future. Cheers.